I read a book one time. I think it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. He says wealthy people don't say I can't afford it. They say how can I afford it? So
Right,
when you tell
right.
yourself I can't
Lord,
do it or I can't afford it,
let me
your
write
mind
that
shuts
down.
down because you
Say
already
that
said
one
I
more
can't do
time.
it.
I got the marker in my
I
hand.
said
Say that.
I said wealthy people say how can I afford it? Broke people say I can't afford it. And so the
Mm.
moment you say I can't, your mind shuts down. When you say, oh, I can't figure this out, your mind shuts down. But when you tell yourself, how can I afford it? Your mind gets to racing.
What's up, brother?
Man, doing well yourself.
Man, I'm doing spectacular, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing blacktastic as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I already know. So listen, this is another brother right here, man. Ben X, brother Ben X. He has his podcast. He's into the banking industry, giving back to the community, and really aspiring the world, and really interviewing people and get the message out to the world so we can actually get all the information that you guys need to execute on the future that you desire. All right. So this brother right here, man, I want you to jump straight in, bro. And like, let's give them some nuggets, man. Something that you feel like they need to hear right now during this pandemic.
Um, One thing that I want you guys to realize is that ye are all gods. I gotta start there. And when I say God, I mean that you are a being with force and power. A lot of people right now, due to the pandemic, are struggling mentally, and their finances has been tampered with. And I said a couple of years ago is that I said I'm money, and somebody said, "What do you mean I'm money?" And I said, as long as I am an asset, I'm going to always bring money in. See, we think that we're making money when we're not making money. I'm not at the Federal Reserve printing anything off. But if I'm valuable enough, I can attract the money. See, I was an
Mm.
All-American basketball player in basketball, 40 points, 10 assists, leading the country in basketball. And one thing that I remember is that when you look at Kobe Bryant, when you look at Allen Iverson, when you look at Michael Jordan, these are people who always get touches in the basketball game.
Hmm.
And so the money is currency, so currency flows. Well, on the basketball court, the basketball flows around the basketball court. And usually those who are most valuable, those who are most skillful get the most touches. Well, if I want to get more money or if I want to attract more money, I got to be more valuable than somebody else, or I got to be skillful or solve a problem in the marketplace. And I think that's what we should be focused on right now. I know
Hmm.
it's hard to focus on just giving to somebody else or being a problem solver to somebody else, but really that's what attracts the money that a lot of us are looking for. So instead of me teaching people how to bring in just passive income, I focus on showing people how to be valuable in the marketplace, and have a valuable content to bring about passive impact, which will bring about the passive income. So I
Hmm.
say, don't chase money, chase the God within, chase the higher self within, the skills within, and I'm telling you, money is going to end up chasing you.
Thanks for sharing that. So one thing we've been touching on right now is mentorship. I think that everything is about mentorship. Like, in order for you to get to your final destination in an accelerated time span, like, we got to make sure we have mentorship and guidance and advisors behind us. What is one of the number one things that you learned from your mentor?
Um, my mentor is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And what I learned from him is you have to always put God first and understand where you're going.
Mm.
Because when you understand where you're going and you have foresight and insight, it gives you the patience that you need. See,
Mm.
if I'm struggling right now, but I know I'm bigger than my current circumstance, it allows me to have the patience that's needed to
Mm.
get through the trying time.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you don't know where you're going in life, it's going to be hard to get that direction. And so that's why mentors are needed as well. I think TD Jake said one time, you don't only need a mentor, but you need a model. You need somebody who you can look at and say, oh, he did it as well.
Mm.
Because my teacher also says you never have to condemn a dirty glass. Just
Mm.
put a clean one next to it. So I don't have to tell you how you're so bad. I can just be a great example. And
Mm.
what I always tell people is it's important, like you said, to know your destination. Because if you got a cell phone, I don't know if y'all rock with Apple or Android, but my Siri never gives me any direction until I put a destination in.
Mm.
If I driving down the street and I roll my window down, I say, hey, brother, how do I get to whatchamacallit? I say, hey sister, how do I get to what's her name? They're gonna look at me crazy, like, what are you talking about? So I have no way to give you any direction or guidance if you don't know where you're going in life. And here's the benefit of knowing where you're going in life. I call it the spiritual GPS. So we got the physical GPS for our phone when we're trying to get to A to B, but some of us are trying to get to A to B mentally. Now they say all of us fall short of the glory of God, right? Well, here's why it's important for you to have that spiritual GPS and know where you're going. See, if I turn left, what happens, Brother Speck, if you turn left, but Siri told you to go straight? Ain't your phone going to say reroute? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
reroute, turn around, do a U-turn. Well, that's what that spiritual GPS is for. It's the self-accusing spirit. It's the God within telling you, hey, man, you got to get back on the right track. So we need mentors, and we need to know exactly where we're trying to go in order to get the proper guidance and direction that we're looking for.
Yeah, that's an absolute must. And then to get you that at a record breaking time.
Yeah.
Right? That's what Siri is. Siri is going to get you exactly where you need to go in the short amount of time as possible. And what happens when you're driving and it's a shorter way? What Siri say to you?
Hey, shoot, Siri say, you know, say the question again, the last part.
I say if it's a shorter time that you can get to somewhere, what does Siri pop up and say to you when
Oh,
you
they
on
say,
that
hey,
route?
you want to get there in 2 minutes earlier? Hey, you
Exactly.
want to get there 3 minutes early? And that's
Exactly.
what mentors are for. Brother told me
Exactly.
one time, he said, if I bump my head and then the man behind me, he bumped his head, you're not supposed to bump our head. But how do we not bump our head? By being humble. See, a lot of us in our generation, we don't want to look at somebody else and follow them because we want to do it our own way. And I think that's our problem, the lack of humility. So a brother Speck is showing you how to do something on social media. We want to do it our own way and say, no, I didn't have to go through Speck. And that's what we're messing up in. See, when you jealous of somebody else, you're not just damaging them, you damaging and you harming yourself because God put an example there for you so you can get there a little bit quicker. He probably had to go through trials and errors. Now he's trying to give it to you for a little price. Do you know the amount of money that you are paying for a lot of these courses and events would save you a lot more money if you did it on your own?
Yes.
See, if you just took the course, if you just listened to the mentor, see, you don't realize that when he was trying to do it, he lost $100,000 trying to do it. He's trying to give it to you so you ain't got to lose $100,000.
Let's go,
So that's
baby.
I ain't gonna give him too much, but that's why you need a
Let's
mentor.
go. Don't let down. Don't let off the gas. Don't let off the gas. Listen, man, this is some real stuff because like even somebody right now will look at this Ground Zero Summit and say, oh, I ain't got it. You have no choice but to have it. You got 28 speakers who, no matter if you took one golden nugget from that one speaker, that would literally be that money times 100.
Yep.
That one nugget. So you literally got 28 speakers who already has done what you want to do in life. What you said, figure out a model.
There you go.
You want somebody you can look at and don't focus on the what, focus on the who. Don't focus on what I got to do to be successful. Focus on who you got to model after to be successful. Who you need to have mentor you to become more successful. And then once you realize that, then you start seeing everything, all the fat just start getting trimmed. Now it's no more fat. It's all meat, the meat and potatoes. We don't want nothing else, no fluff. We want to get straight to it. And so many times people take the long approach. And like I've been saying on this live is that the amount of money that we have in them invest in themselves is what they'll go spend on McDonald's or go get a couple of drinks at the club.
Yeah, they'll go to McDevils, they'll go to Long John Killers, and they'll spend $30. And this knowledge or this food that they're going to get, they're going to take it in, even though it's not real meat. This is why they keep getting hungry, because it's not a nutrients for your body. Not only is this going to go in, it's not beneficial for you, but you're going to boo-boo it back out, for lack of better words. It's going to come back out. But the knowledge Spec going to give you, the knowledge Don going to give you, the knowledge Steve and 19 Keys going to give you, it's going to come in your mind and it's going to stay there. Think about that.
And the great thing about this is you have a skill set nobody could ever take from you. Right now, you can get fired from your job. That's over with. That's done. Everything you put in, all the work you put in, all the loyalty, that's gone. But this knowledge you'll have forever where you can implement it into any business and create generational wealth, financial freedom, do what you want to do when you want to do it.
Yeah.
right? You got to understand that this is all stuff that's possible, but when you put your mind to it, because if you don't believe, then how am I going to believe? If you don't believe in yourself and I have the water, I have it, I take you to the water, but I can't make you drink it. That's what the people say, right? You can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. And if I can tell you right now, I'm going to give you 28 of the most powerful speakers for $28, and you don't jump on it, you deserve to be in your place right now. You deserve to be where you at financially for the rest of your life. If you can't see when the opportunity is in front of you, my mentor told me you get 2 opportunities in a lifetime, two life-changing opportunities in a lifetime. In your lifetime, that's it, just 2, right? This might be one of them. You might be looking down on it's $28, but if we put a real value, nobody can't afford it. If we put, I'm gonna tell my assistant text me for the day, like she just keep calling me and they keep throwing me live off. Hold on, right there. But yeah, so basically, you get my point though. It's like we gotta be able to reprogram our mind on our way of thinking.
And this is one thought I want to give him, Brother Speck.
Yeah.
Because when you look at how you look at money, I read a book one time, I think it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. He says wealthy people don't say I can't afford it, they say how can I afford it?
Right.
So when you tell yourself I can't do it or I can't afford it, your mind shuts down.
Say that one more time. I got the marker in my hand. Say that.
I said wealthy people say how can I afford it? Broke people say I can't afford it. And so the moment you say I can't, your mind shuts down. When you say, oh, I can't figure this out, your mind shuts down. But when you tell yourself, how can I afford it? Your mind gets to racing. See, one time I was working on a job and it felt like slavery. Do you know I said, how can I make some money so much? I said, man, you know what? In the summertime, now 7-Eleven is selling bottles of water for $1.64, $1.74. Now, if I go to Walmart and get a 36-pack or a 40-pack, I can sell all those for $1 and make a profit. See, my mind expanded and came up with so many ideas because I said, how can I do it? And guess what? It's never expensive. I don't care if the event was $5,000. What do you mean it's not expensive, Brother Ben? That is expensive. Well, look at the word expensive, expense. Now, when we're talking about liabilities and assets, this is an asset. This is an investment that's going to bring you in some income if you apply the knowledge that we're going to give you. I mean, I'm telling you, the knowledge that Brother Speck going to give you, I'm going to give you, Don. I mean, I don't know everybody's name by heart right now, but the knowledge that you're going to get 28 people that's literally doing this. And look at what it said, people who's already done it. This ain't, we ain't people that's reading it from a book and just giving it to you. We actually applied it to ourselves. And if you look at the word brother, in the root word of brother, you got other. I'm looking at my other self when I'm looking at Speck. And so Speck, I think a lot of times the reason they can't listen to us is because they're looking at their other self and they haven't had that spiritual awakening within themselves. That's why every time one of us get rich, they say, oh, he must have sold out. Oh, he must be an Illuminati. Oh, he must be in the boule. See, what they're subconsciously saying is we're not capable of being that rich. We're not capable of being that successful. And once they change how they think about themselves, that would change how they see me and you, and they'll be more willing to learn the knowledge that can increase their lives.
Well, thank you, Brother Ben X, man. You killed it, man. You came on, you dropped them some knowledge. Listen, these are all advertisers, man. Ben X is speaking for a whole hour at the Ground Zero Summit, and we're going to get into some real actionable items that you guys can take home. Right now, this is just for you guys to get your mindset together. But listen, go right now. All right. Do not waste time. All right. Last time it sold out, we just extended the tickets by another 50. We literally got 15 more tickets. It sold out that fast. We got 15 more available for you guys. Take it serious, man. Once this thing is over with, we're going to charge full price after today. So take it serious. Go to the link right there. Go to Bentley/the Ground Zero Summit. Go right now. Brother Ben X, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Peace.